Hello everyone, welcome to Trashy Makeovers, and today I'm going to take some things that people might consider trash and make them into something pretty, or what I consider pretty, or cool, or whatever. Because my name is Barbara, and I believe that everything deserves a chance to be cool. So, maybe you've got some plain copy paper, or packaging paper, or music paper, or scrapbook paper that you'll never use for anything else, or it's not double-sided and you're not sure what to do about this white stuff. Well, you can take your discarded, well, not discarded, but if you've painted something, this is basically just watered down, I don't know if you can see it, acrylic paint, like from projects that you've done, and you rinsed out your brushes and just keep the water. Clearly I keep them in salsa jars. There's a little bit of green. So what I do, let's start with this one. So I've seen all of the beautiful coffee dyed papers and stained papers and things like that. I don't have the patience for it. I'm gonna be honest with you up front. I don't have the patience to prepare the water in the pan, soak the pages, pull the pages out, make sure they don't rip, put them in the oven, dry them, or set them aside and dry them. I don't have the patience for it. So, taking this black acrylic watered down paint and a sponge brush. Look at that. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. You're making it into something different. Now, my style is a little more dark and spooky and things of that nature. So I use a lot of these dark colors. You wouldn't necessarily have to. You could use whatever colors you wanted. And you'll notice, or I notice anyway, that a lot of times the edge of this paper will curl up a little bit. It's fine. It'll flatten out. As it dries, it'll flatten out. You can put as many coats on here as you want to, in whatever directions you want to. And it's going to turn into something cool. Now, for a little added something, I don't know if any of you know this trick. I've got just like some Himalayan salt, but you can use any kind of salt. I like the stuff that's a little more chunky because it creates a better effect. But you can drop salt on your paper, and it will create a chemical reaction. I don't know how well we're going to be able to see it. And sometimes it takes a little while for it to start to dry. But it will leave, well, you can kind of see this one happen in here. It draws that water in, and then it'll leave cute little speckles on your paper and stuff like that. But that's if you wanted to do music paper. Let's try something different. About packaging paper. I mean, it's cool on its own. It's cool on its own, but it's got, well, you know, we could even crumple it up a little more, couldn't we? And you just lay that out on there. And then again, as it dries, those creases and everything are going to become either more pronounced, or I don't know what it'll do. It does what it wants. It becomes what it wants to be, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I normally let them dry fully on one side, and then I'll flip them over and do the same color or a different color. Doesn't really matter. And once this is dry, you can tear it up into collage fodder. You can use it in your journal, however you want to. I mean, honestly. Does it work on fabric, you ask? Well, let's find out. I've got this piece of a shirt. I've used this fabric on a lot of different things, but I don't have like any big pieces that I can use like to cover the inside of a journal or anything anymore. Got basically sleeves and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's see what happens. I think it's going to work just fine. As it dries, you're going to be able to see that pattern better. And then you can use this fabric for whatever, pockets, or yeah, again, making little clusters, collage, that type of thing. So yeah, so there's that. We know now fabric works. What about, oh, I had one here somewhere. Here's a doily. But for this one, I think I'm going to do the blue instead of the black. Because the black turns out nice, and I'm a fan of black. But let's see what the blue looks like. Let's see what it looks like if we do it with a color. All right, now this, I'm going to try to more dab it on here than brush it on. Oh, I think I like that. And again, it's going to be a different color as it dries, and I don't know how to edit anything, so I'm not going to be able to, I mean, we're not going to wait an hour here for things to dry, but maybe in a future video you'll get to see what they look like when they're dry. But yeah, that's cool, right? You see a little bit of it coming through, or you can saturate it more to get rid of all that lighter color. I like that. Let's put it on a piece of paper so you can see. Ooh, right? Pretty or spooky or whatever. I like it. Now, that pesky scrapbook paper that is pretty, but maybe you just won't use it. Maybe it's not your style. Should we do the blue? I wonder if we do the blue on this yellowish paper, if it'll turn out kind of green. I guess we'll find out. Oh, yeah, it kind of does. But again, I'm just doing sections of this paper, but you'll do whatever you want with yours. You can do the whole thing. Generally, I do the whole thing. That's kind of cool. And then, if you want to add some, like, well, they're not real textural effects, but something that looks like texture, sometimes I'll take one of these brushes, and then I'll dip it in this black, and then just kind of drip it on there. You can get lots of different effects that way. Sorry about reaching over with my arm, but I guess I can't reach it unless I reach. If you wait until it's a little more dry, these spots will not fade out as much. You see how they're kind of bleeding out, which I like that effect. But if you want more of like a speckled effect, wait until your paper's a little more dry, and then do it. Yeah, there's lots of different ways that you can do things. Lots of different ways to do things. And then I wanted to show you how I used some of these types of papers in one of my journals. So here is, adult coloring book. One of those adult coloring books. I just used like some watered down black paint, and then this is Sharpie marker that I went through, and then I went and I did some dot designs on the center. Oh, this is notebook paper. I used notebook paper, and then I just folded them into pockets. That was fun. What else? More notebook paper. You can use this to like back photographs, and see that I went through and did more later on, which gave it more of a dimensional effect. What else have I got in here? Okay, so this is scrapbook paper, and the background was white, and I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it, folks. So I went over with the dark water, and then when I did the back, instead of the back being white, now I've got this nice neutral gray writing spot. You know, people can write on it. It's not that stark white. You don't have to worry about when you fold your page, what am I going to do with this white stuff? It's not white anymore. Is there anything else in here that, there's just some paper that you can tuck in there as a writing spot. More of that. Yeah, that's how you can use those types of things in your own journal. And I hope that you found this enjoyable. If you did, please leave me a like, and I'll see you in future videos. Thanks.